If she had only been ugly.
Hi, this is Dom Irrera live from the Laugh Factory. Hi, guys. We are here with the cast of Impractical Jokers, Sal, Brian, Q, Murr, and Joe. I think you know these guys. If you don't, you're fucked up. Hi, boys. What's going on?
This
is the second half of our episode.
That's right.
Sal, you want to bring us up to how we ended?
Sure thing. Q and I do a podcast called What Say You? And Dom was just a guest on our podcast, but he was gracious enough to let us film it from his from his place of business.
I have my couch put in for you guys.
We had to get just a moment ago. It felt like we had all the room in the world. Yeah. But that was part one. We're going to kind of link them together. That was part one, and now we told everyone to come over and look this up, which is part two, and that's the beginning of your podcast.
And this is more of a tableau, if I may.
You see what Dom's doing there is making fun of the old Murr.
Want to tell them that story, Murr?
I have a particularly interesting way of describing things. I tend to use words that are not necessarily conversational, more robotic, if you had to describe them. Emotionless, cold. And I was describing a comedy bit that we did on Impractical Jokers to Dom the other day, and I actually used the words, so the Joker on the floor creates a tableau that's going on behind the mark. Yeah. And Dom looked at me like I was a fucking idiot.
No, but he didn't look at you that way, did you?
I looked at you with love, man.
It was love. But still,
it's the same look, though.
I've known Dom for only a couple months now, but in that moment, Dom looked at me like he's known me for 24 years. The same look I get from you guys.
I did stick up to you. I said the first thing you said to me the next morning when I saw you was, I talked like an idiot in front of Dom last night. So you're aware, and I think that you know what I think, you found the humor in it.
Go ahead, Sal. He wasn't necessarily aware until
There you
Sal.
go. I said that. You see? No, I think you will admit it, Murray. We're at the point where you
I wasn't aware until the waitress actually sent me an email. Aware of it the next day.
Sal stopped the whole conversation, literally, and went, Murr.
He shook me aware.
What the fuck are you doing? He's like, use the word tableau.
Vignette or
Tableau.
Vignette, tableau.
What is the world coming to when a man can't use great diction without getting mocked?
Yeah. If there's one thing I got, it's great diction.
You do, buddy.
Well, one thing about seeing you guys is you really feel like you know you better than you do because of the TV show. And we know your likes and dislikes and your relationships. And I know that they like to bust your balls. And can I say from President that I think they're jealous of you?
Oh, let's see.
Oh, I thought you were going to say, can I say I like to bust your balls, too?
I was busting his balls when I said that.
I'll give you points for using great vocabulary.
You know what's ironic, of course? We have this conversation. Q, out of the four of us, Q is the most well-read and has the best vocabulary, the deepest, richest,
most prodigious vocabulary.
Yeah, but you just can't get and speak it.
You can't. What good is it? It's like having a gun and bullets and not know how to put them into each other.
It's like me being able to dunk.
What a good way to do it.
He could think up a really smart sentence.
Now he was a fireman, and I want you to tell that story, if you would, about the other night when you dropped from the floor.
Oh, okay, yeah.
But we'll tell the story, and then I just want to see what you guys did before you were doing this, because I know I could tell by your acting you didn't grow up doing TV.
Or the story I told you the other night, and it is very rare that I tell fireman stories. So
I love that though.
Yeah, but I had this job, a fire in an auto repair shop. Did I ever tell you the story? No. I had the roof position, which is in.
You're on the roof.
Yep, you're on the roof basically, but you have to cut. What happens is the heat rises, if I'm looking at the right camera, and as it rises, it banks down, so it will get to be like where if you stand up, it'll get to be like 1,000 degrees. It's hot, and you'll burn. So they need someone to cut the roof. It's very crucial, and you can't if you have the roof position, you must do it. So I went on top of this auto garage that was on fire in Staten Island, and it looked like rickety and stuff. But you have to do it, so we went out anyway. And as I was cutting the roof caved. And I fell, and I was like, well, this is it. This is a very condensed version of the story.
No, but it's interesting.
Yeah. And I was like, well, I'm dead. I'm about to fall into the fire.
You felt yourself.
The roof went, and I fell.
You were falling.
I was falling. Yes. And I fell 3 feet, and I landed on the top of a Jeep Wrangler that was on the lift that was also on fire. Wow. And I just slammed into it, and I was like, oh, my God, I'm alive. And I started scrambling. Saved my life. The saw was still going. I grabbed the saw. A guy came in and he grabbed me by the back of my coat and he just pulled me out. And
Wow.
Is
There's
that
no
why
reason
you
to
have a
grab
Jeep
him.
Wrangler?
that's why I have a Wrangler.
For real?
Oh, it was a Cherokee, not a Wrangler. I'm sorry. I said Wrangler because of my car.
That's okay.
Yeah. Thank
Yeah,
you.
pick up the pace.
Yeah.
Pick up the pace on the story.
So I said that without mumbling.
No, it was
or-
good. It was
Yeah.
good.
Yeah, but you used.
But you
didn't use any
grabbed
big
him. It
words.
was very aggressive the way you grabbed him.
Well,
as
I
a
can
prop.
barely stop myself.
So
needed
if
to be
the
done.
car that wasn't the position, you could have fell to the bottom.
But you
Right?
see
would've
about
fell
timing,
15
we were
feet.
saying, had we lost him, God forbid, there would have been no show.
Yeah, there might have been a show, but
I don't think.
I think you're overestimating Q's importance.
Hold on a second. What's going on here?
There would not have been a show.
well, this was
There would've been a
before. This was
funeral.
before the
There
show
would've
was
been a funeral.
conceived.
Wait.
You know what, Joe? That's why if you guys were drowning and there was only one life preserver, I'd throw it to you. That's why. That's why.
Now, why would you come up with an idea like that? What kind
popped into my head.
morbid
You know,
idea?
he's got plenty of those rattling around up there.
Sal, what did you do? You were a bartender?
Well, I mean, out of college I wasn't. I worked at Prudential Securities
Oh.
in mutual funds.
Hold on, I got to hold back this yawn.
Yeah, no, and then I just got into like, wait for a bigger one. I became a business systems analyst, and I helped I helped build the mutual fund trading systems
Oh my
for Prudential
God.
Securities.
President, right?
Yeah, I was a VP,
So you're
assistant.
You're real bright.
I don't know. I don't know.
Yeah, you're a smart guy.
Yeah,
You're great with the numbers.
I am good with numbers. Yeah,
Now listen, I want
but
to
I
tell
was
you.
doing comedy on the side.
I just want to tell the four of you this. Whenever you get tired of working and you think if you start bitching about something and the craft services coffee isn't cold enough or hot enough, think about what you could have been doing the rest of your fucking life. Seriously, I think about that like when I'm thinking, I don't feel like doing this shit. And what am I doing? Making people laugh? You know? And anyway, just a
Oh, I
lesson.
think about it. Yeah,
Oh.
I don't forget it.
My God. Because you realize there are people that can't get shit jobs.
That's
Yeah.
right. They
You
can't
know?
even get them.
Can't even get the shit job.
Yeah.
I was thinking, I used to do a bit about how, like at porn theaters, like the guys that work there mopping up.
Cleanups, yeah.
And there was a guy rejected from that job.
Yeah, I know. I still never got over that. I really wanted that.
You would have
His
been good.
resume wasn't good enough.
You don't mind the smell of jizz.
I don't, man. I don't care.
Oh my God.
Who does? Somebody minds that?
Yeah, that was it for me. And then I left. I was there about 5 years.
Wow.
Yeah,
That's a long time.
It was pretty long, and then I left. I volunteered to be like they were laying people off, and I was like, I'll go because people, like you said, like people were there. I didn't want to do it anyway. And then I got into
Me and you
bartending.
actually both volunteered to get laid off from our jobs that we didn't want to do.
Yeah,
That's right. We share that.
That's right. You cashed in your 401k. That's it. I'm out.
Did
Done.
you really?
I
Cashed it
cashed.
in
I cashed
and
mine in
moved
too.
west.
Cashed in too, yeah.
I had to live off something.
At
Yeah.
that age? Wow.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, it wasn't that big yet. You know, it wasn't that much, and they give you a severance, and I coasted on that for like a year. And that we were doing the Tenderloins, but we were performing by that time.
Yeah.
And that was the year we did all the festivals and everything.
That's right.
I blew through every dime that I had.
Yeah.
We all did.
And then I started bartending because of the flexibility of it.
Were you a good bartender?
Yeah, I was a good one.
Can I speak
Yeah.
to that? He's. I did a lot of drinking at his bar. He is the best bartender I've ever
Really?
seen. Yeah, he was. It wasn't even because he
It's
never
a real
charged me
fucking
for a
talent.
drink.
It's real art when you do it right.
It is. He remembered everybody's name.
That's unbelievable.
What drink they wanted, he had it from. If there was a fight, he stopped it within seconds. It was great. Yeah, you were a great bartender.
You ever get hit? You ever get hit in a fight
Uh,
by accident?
my place was not really like that. There was
Yeah.
fights are few and far between. So, a couple times.
so,
But not,
yes.
not really. Not really.
I was a doorman at a bar. I mean, it was a bar like near a hospital, so it was mostly medical students. That's why I could. And Randall Cobb was my partner. Remember Randall Tex Cobb? He fought Larry Holmes.
Oh yeah.
And he would get more fights than me because nobody fucked with me thinking I knew shit, and I didn't know anything. I mean, I could box a little, but nothing enough to protect a bar.
Right.
But that was the only. I was. You know, I worked at Smith and Walensky's. If you ever go in there, if you go to the vestibule, I'm in the picture there. At 49th and 3rd.
Yeah, I didn't
Yeah.
know to look. Yeah. Wow, what'd you do?
I was a waiter until I got fired. Then I was a doorman.
Why'd you get fired?
I was a terrible waiter. Just terrible. I would keep asking people what they wanted. He goes, "You asked me 3 fucking times. It's still a Bloody Mary."
So they put you on the wall after the fact.
Yeah, they just liked me. I worked at Tuesdays. You don't remember Tuesdays, do you? It's like in the Fridays chain. Anyway,
Ruby Tuesdays.
no, just Tuesdays.
What
Don't throw in the Ruby.
Friday stuck. Tuesday.
So what do you guys? What did you start doing?
I was unemployed basically my entire life. I after college, I
Made a movie.
Made
Where'd
a
you go,
terrible
Mar?
movie. I went to Georgetown.
Did you really?
Yeah.
That's a good school.
Yeah, it was good. I enjoyed it. After college, my dad offered to, as a graduation gift, get me a car, and I said, no, keep the car. Instead, help me make a movie. So I made a short film, and he helped me pay for it, and it was terrible.
Really?
Sal was in it.
You're in it, right?
Well, that's a kind of a nasty subliminal segue. I was terrible. Sal was in it.
I didn't really have a lines. You threw me in at like the last minute.
Yeah.
I was like an extra in it, so that's
Yeah.
even worse.
You were an extra in a
You were an
terrible
extra in Murray's first short film.
Yeah,
Film,
and
film.
then I used to run the Saturday Night Live website for a couple of years.
The
which-
what?
The Saturday Night Live website.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
That's him telling you the story now. If you asked him back then,
I was an associate producer for Saturday Night Live.
as a producer for Saturday Night Live, he couldn't get enough of that story.
That voicemail, my voicemail at NBC stayed active for 2 years after that, and I still used to give that number out to chicks. I'm like, oh yeah, we're gonna, because the NBC call is still there, and I check the voicemail every couple of days.
I just wanted to add to your because I love this story because the car was going to be $20,000, right?
Yeah.
And this was in '98. Yeah, it was, and you took 20 grand. You did the movie, but it was an aggressive endeavor that you took.
It was
on.
very
I will
aggressive.
tell you that you really
Yeah. Back then, it was much harder to make a movie back then, a short
Yes.
film. Like,
Oh, yeah, now the
cameras were
technology
very
is incredible.
expensive. Nobody could edit on their laptops like we do now. It was much harder.
Yes, but I will tell you, one of the ways we linked up was we all went away to college, and when we came back, it was '98. We were all in one way or another into like performing, creating, writing, whatever it was, and we had taken some improv classes. I ran into James at the Staten Island Mall. Hadn't seen him. I said, "What are you up to?" He goes, "Oh, I'm doing well." Can I tell the story? He says, "I'm doing well. I'm doing
Proud
well."
of the story.
Oh yeah. What have you been up to? He goes, "I'll tell you. I'm actually filming a Coca-Cola commercial tomorrow." And I was like,
Real deal, Don.
You were acting
filming
in
it?
it?
No, I
that was
producing
my
it.
question.
Really?
Yeah.
I said, "You're in a Coca-Cola commercial? That's awesome. You landed a national commercial." He goes, "No, I'm not in it. I'm actually filming it,
Producing it, baby.
producing a
Where the
Coca-Cola."
real money's at.
I said, "Oh, whoa! Like, holy cow, that's insane." He goes, "Yeah, you want to be in it?" I was like, "I can be in it."
I know talent when I see it.
He goes,
That's right.
He goes, "Yeah, of course. I haven't seen this. Is great. Come be in it. We have a bunch of people in it. I'll make sure you're in it." I said, "This is unbelievable.
That's what friends do for each other.
Where do I meet you?" He said, "We'll meet at my house first, and then we'll go to a couple locations. I got a crew with me."
That's like a real high-end shoot. Meet at my house.
At my parents' house, not even.
Go, We'll leave the back door open for you.
Well, no, I think first we met at like we went second to your house.
Yeah.
We went to a college,
Wagner College.
Wagner College, which was I'm like, oh, it's like a big dorm.
Wagner,
thing.
yeah.
Huge.
Hold the
college.
mic for this story.
So we get to Wagner College, and he has a name tag,
A
on,
lanyard.
a lanyard on, and the people in the crew that I realized were other friends that I knew, not really a crew, had lanyards on it, and it said, "Ask." The lanyard wasn't identification or a union card or whatever it was. The lanyard was printed from James's computer,
Dot matrix.
and it said, "Ask me about my Coca-Cola commercial." So I mean, that was my first like hint. So I was like, why does he want people to ask him? And I guess he was just drumming up.
Right.
I tell you the truth, what it turned
I
out
was
to be
years ahead of my time. Social marketing, man. Social media.
what it turned out to be was you were interned or loved Coca-Cola.
I
I think he just loved Coca-Cola.
I loved it. I used to stock shelves with Coca-Cola.
Right.
I used to work for Coca-Cola Enterprises.
The fan in your room used to be Coca-Cola bottles. I was
obsessed with it.
Wallpaper was Coca-Cola.
That's not too obsessive.
No.
Yeah, I was
So you
obsessed with it.
you like Coke that much?
Back then, I don't drink caffeine anymore.
Was it the soda or was it the
It's
pop
all
culture
American appeal of it, sure.
right.
Back then, it was the most valuable brand in the world. Before Apple became that. Anyways.
So
Not
okay,
GM.
so there you go. So now, but I also what it turned out was you were going to film a commercial on your own, send it to Coca-Cola, and pray.
A spec
Right. I
commercial.
was going to mail it in a bubble envelope.
In a bubble,
I
right?
was going to mail it in a bubble envelope to Coca-Cola, and
So-
I don't believe in prayer. I don't believe in God. But that being said, I wasn't going to pray. I was going to, look, man, this is talent and skill and luck.
So then,
People recognize it.
what was the thing that asked me about my Coca? What was that purpose of that?
It was Hermbot's dumb idea.
So people would.
So people would stop and say, "What's this?" and they'd be interested, and then they'd say, "Oh, tell their friends about it." It was before the internet, bud. It was
Okay.
before there was.
Wow.
Yeah, yes, Q.
Did anybody ask about the Coca-Cola?
Not a single person.
Well, later on, we ended up at your house, and it was I think it was the fall.
November. Yeah.
It was November, and his pool was still not closed. His parents' pool, and I'm like, he has me on camera, like catching a bottle of Coke and drinking it and stuff.
yeah.
And it's like 6 of us, and I thought there was going to be like a truck,
Right.
out there like that, like the lighting trucks and stuff.
Craft
And I'm
services and
like,
everything.
Yeah. And then he's like, "Oh, we'll go back to my house, film the rest." I was like, "All right." And I get there, and he's like, "I'm going to need you to jump in the pool." It was
about
November.
40 degrees out.
And I'm thinking to myself, well, I got to jump in the pool because I haven't seen him in years. He asked me to do this. I said I'll do it.
Was he going to pay you?
No,
There was no pay. There was no nothing. I got a Coca-Cola. That's what I got. And he's like, jump. I had to. He goes, run in the pool, take off all your clothes. So now I'm in like my bathing suit. He goes, run and jump in the air. I'm going to throw the Coca-Cola to you.
Catch
This-
it.
I had long hair. I was like into the grunge. I had like long hair. He's like, run, jump, catch the Coca-Cola, like look into the camera. Did you even want me to drink it before I fell into the pool?
If you could.
Yeah, it was like it was November,
not
and
too
he
much
has me
to ask.
diving into a frigid pool trying to drink Coca-Cola mid-air. He's recording it on a friggin' on one of these guys, like on one of
it was
these.
a VHS
Right.
camera.
Yeah.
Huge
And I
camera.
got out of the pool, I was like shivering, and I remember driving home just being like, I got fucking hosed.
You got married. That was the first of many times you got married. And for some reason, he keeps listening to me.
Yeah,
it's been 14 years.
The problem is
man.
the jumping in the pool came at the end of the day. Right.
Yeah.
So that's on you. Like I would have been at that point. I would have been like, I'm not jumping in the pool, you fucking idiot. Like you were like, oh, okay, so this is my big break now, the midair catch.
What they're getting at, Dom, is that I've made an entire career of complete and utter bullshit and self. I'm delusional. I am delusional. I have delusions of grandeur, and I've been coasting on my ego for years.
What do you think that you're great at?
I am good at pitching television shows. That is something I'm good at.
Who pitched this show?
Well, my day job is I'm a television producer, so I actually do work in development for a TV company. And
Still?
Yeah, still. I had a pitch meeting today at ABC.
You have time to do that during the...
Not so much anymore, but
Isn't that
but I still come up with ideas and go
Well,
out
you
and
like
pitch them.
doing it, right?
I do love doing it. You know what? Because pitching TV shows is the art of bullshit. It really is. It's confidently being able to answer questions from people who don't know any better that are asking it, and hoping that you have the answers, and you just make up it's improv. It really is. And if you say things confidently and have an answer for anything, you can sell shows just on bluster alone. You really can.
It's amazing how some shows get greenlit.
Yeah.
Do you remember? You're not going to remember. There's a show called My Mother the Car.
Oh yeah.
Okay,
Yeah,
but I
his
mean,
mom's soul
can you
was in the
imagine
car.
that pitch?
Right.
Wait, I'm not finished. We got, the car talks. Wait, is that Charlie? Get Rubenstein in here. I want him to hear this. I mean, imagine. Do you ever pitch something that's you
yeah,
like
I've pitched
laughing
a
at
lot
yourself?
of bad ideas. Yeah,
Oh,
a
yeah,
lot
he's
of
pitched a
dumb
lot.
ones.
Alf. Remember Alf?
That's a
I
great
love
show.
Gordon Shumway from the planet
Yeah.
Melmac.
Yeah.
Gordon Shumway.
That was his real name. That was Al's real
Al's
name.
real
Who's the guy that the father turned out
Willie.
to be some
Willie had
real
a crazy
degenerate?
history of
He was blowing homeless people. and
Yes,
stuff.
he they say
Remember that?
we just
Like,
looked him up, right?
Just,
we just looked
just
him
when
up.
you think blowing somebody's like kind of
For
like
crack. He was a
low.
crack addict and would blow homeless people for crack.
Oh, is that what it was?
That's
Oh,
it.
I thought he just enjoyed it.
No, he's a full-blown...
a
the
little
rumor. This is a
disappointed.
rumor. We don't know if it's true, but the rumor
He had
is
an
that he was a
agenda.
full-blown crack addict and would blow homeless people in order to get crack.
I'll go on record and say it's true.
Well, why do you say what's
Homeless one night. and you-
How do you know?
I just forgot to stir the pot.
After Alf, he went downhill.
Oh, this is before Alf. No,
Oh,
No,
no.
yeah.
No, that's how he got out.
I don't know. Did it make you rock to weird shit
No,
like that?
it was
before
after Alf. He
One
was-
of the homeless guys was like, I don't have any crack, but I got a leading role in a TV show.
Alf was one of the homeless guys.
Do
He's like, I've got my own show.
That's horrible. That's so
It's
depressing.
urban legend. I mean, there were whole websites about it. We just looked it up like 2 months
Did
ago.
you guys ever see the outtakes of Alf
No.
on YouTube where he's cursing and shit?
No.
Yeah, like
the actor who plays Alf?
the actor who plays Alf's in character, so he keeps doing the puppetry and talking, but he's just being himself.
Oh,
he's like,
really?
Tell her, he goes, oh, fuck yourself, this, that, and everything. And it's Alf cursing. It's hysterical.
That's great.
Oh, man, that's
Yeah,
brilliant.
yeah.
What an unrewarding thing, though, to do a hit show and never be seen.
Yeah.
Like the guy who was on the other side of the fence in Home Improvement.
Well, they showed him in the last episode, right?
Oh, did they?
Yeah, the series finale. They finally
Oh.
showed his face.
I was it? Hideous?
Underwhelming. You know, he's just
It
a
wasn't like the Twilight Zone where he had the
average-looking white
fucking
guy,
pig
you know?
face.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
It's amazing how few good shows there are, aren't there? Isn't it? I mean, like, think about, like, what do you really watch? You know, what do you, like, I got to watch. I mean, I watch Seinfeld. I watch you guys. I'm not just stroking you. I watch you guys, Seinfeld, sports, and news.
Did you like Breaking Bad?
I never saw it. That's my bad.
Yeah.
Because I really should. I know, I've heard
so
great
well
things
written.
about it.
It's one of the good ones.
Well, I'm glad we made that list.
It's a very
It's a
short
very
list.
very exclusive list.
Yeah.
And we're no sports players, so we're not getting in that angle. We might end up on the news, so he might see us that way.
Most of the good stuff now is like the HBO, like the hour-long dramas
Yeah.
and stuff.
Yeah.
I mean, I watch all of late night. Still watch SNL.
Do you really?
And you know what? Comedy Central is completely slaughtering it right now. Like they have a lot of good shows. A lot of
Yeah.
good shows. But, and FX.
Oh, FX, Sons of Anarchy. Always Sunny in Philadelphia. Have you ever watched that?
No, it's Danny DeVito.
Yeah. I love that show. It's I watch it every episode.
I'm out every night. I'm still honing my craft.
You'll get there.
You guys are lucky that you
Keep
have
at
each
it,
other.
though.
That's so
Keep at it.
cool.
Yeah, we get to traveling. It helps. It really
Yeah.
does help a lot too. How many nights a week do you get up now?
5.
Do you
5
really?
nights.
Still 5 nights a week. That's
Yeah.
great.
Isn't it? It's not an accident that he ends up in the center of the picture outside. You see that?
Yeah.
The Laugh Factory cast got a picture out there. That's right dead center, like Jesus.
Where? I
It's
didn't
Dom
see it.
Irrera, right on the corner. Yeah,
Oh,
I looked
really?
at the picture before we came in. It's a holiday thing that says, "Hey, we'd like to thank all comics for helping people smile" or whatever. And then Dom is dead center with every other comic around him. You should.
It was a nice tableau.
It was a great tableau.
Right there in the center.
It's a
of
beautiful
I haven't
tableau.
had a good tableau in weeks. You guys want some soup?
It. Well, do we want to eat on camera? That doesn't seem.
No,
No?
we got time.
Do you know what Joe did before television?
No, I want to know. What?
He has the most interesting job out of all
I was
of us.
I was a after college went to consultancy and I did some bullshit like he did, like with computers. But then I went into I fell into being a baby personal shopper at a baby store, where I sold high-end strollers, car seats, furniture.
That sounds like an
stuff
episode you
that.
guys would
Yeah.
do.
We actually, it was in our pilot. Yeah, it was in our
Really?
one of our pilots was for Spike, right? I did that, but yeah, then I turned that into being their training program manager, their national program manager. So I would just go everywhere and teach people how to sell all this high-end
Trained
baby shit.
legions of
How do you
baby
fake a
salesmen.
passion for baby clothes?
I like.
Especially since they only last a couple months.
I didn't sell much clothes. They yelled at me about that.
Oh, really?
They're like, I liked all the big stuff, all the big ticket items, but
you didn't fake compassion though, didn't you? Like
I loved it,
like
yeah.
doing it.
I love sales. I'm a salesman, and it was fun. You know, pregnant ladies, they're always good.
The Uncle Joey. Where do we want to go first? Because these things are still available on YouTube. Do you want?
Yeah, that's right. You can.
He did these instructional
series,
videos.
yeah.
Yeah, it was like a web series he did for the store, and it was called Uncle Joey, and it shows you how to do like how to fold fucking baby carriages and stuff. And it's so weird because it's not Joe. It's like you're so lifeless.
Yeah, you have this, like
like a reanimated
Yeah,
corpse.
his voice is higher. He's trying to
It's
sound.
my salesman.
Give us a little taste of
salesman.
the voice.
Give us Uncle Joey.
This here is the Bugaboo Bee, and it's available.
It's higher. It's
Oh, come on.
It's much
Wait,
higher
wait,
pitched than
No,
that.
what you do is you try to be like appeasing to everyone.
Yeah.
You have a high pitched voice. You have.
What do you mean I try to be?
No, you try to be like
I am.
so innocuous. Like you try to be like unassuming and everything, and then you over explain and over enunciate, and your voice gets high, and you're like, what we have here is the McLaren 212. It folds for easy storage.
I've never noticed. I'm a stewardess.
Joe
noticed
is amazing on the show. Obviously, your balls are huge.
Well, you're all
fearless.
fearless. I mean,
But when he
you have
has
to
to
be.
read scripted material, it's
Not my
all
strong
that
suit.
shuts down,
Not my
and he
strong suit.
becomes a robot.
you know, my
None of us are good at it.
No, we're not.
You think you're good at it.
We're not. I know I'm not good at
you
it.
think you're good at it.
I'm not
He's
good at
the
it.
only one that can fake it because he says it confidently and fucking mushmouth here. I mean, there's no thing. So yeah, guilty as charged, Murr.
But you see what
But
you're doing right
you're all-
now?
you're all
This is
idiots.
real. What you're doing. As soon as the camera turns on and there's a script, he's done.
Murr, you're an asshole. So are you. I don't know if you don't
I
feel
am.
fucking high
I know I
horse,
am,
you
but for
dumb
some
shit.
for some reason, it's funnier when he does it though.
Because I'm
Like,
funny naturally. You're an asshole
No,
naturally.
it's funnier.
whoa.
It's funnier when you do it because it sounds so you look.
Because I have to try
you
to be
look
something
inside-
I'm not, where
I
you're
don't look
nothing.
uncomfortable
Apparently
when
we
I do
tou-
it.
apparently
You
we
look
touched a
physically
nerve here.
uncomfortable.
No, because I love how he does it. He like tries to make something out of nothing. Because all of us are not actors. We're just like normal people.
No, you're not like normal people.
We had a meeting with this executive. I won't say where, but he was just like, they were talking about possibly a sitcom. And he's like, and you guys could act, right? We were like, yes, yes, we can act. But
When
it
a
was
television executive asks if you would act,
you say yes.
But you can act. You
We'd be
can
on
act
the
because
air
those interviews are acting.
Yeah.
Or whatever you do when you go into a classroom and do that. I mean,
Well, when we say act, we mean read a script and
that
have to
does make
hit
it different.
That
you know, I've been on some sets where the guy will go to me, you know what, just improvise. And I go, oh, thank God.
Oh, yeah.
And I don't mean to hurt the writer's feelings, but it's better when it comes out organically.
Yeah, naturally.
Your fucking two things that killed me were Larry.
Yeah.
Isn't it funny how something that simple is
Just
so
sticks.
funny?
Yeah, it hit like that.
Larry
Couldn't believe
and the belly dance, of course. But Larry, because it reminded me when I started doing stand-up. I think I told you guys this the other night. Well, we're on a jetway, and it's 7 o'clock in the morning. We're flying from Pittsburgh to Cleveland, or some short flight. And the guy goes, my friend goes, Chuck! And the guy turns around and he goes, I knew there was one of them. And that's what Larry reminded. Larry!
I yell in crowds all the time with these guys. Actually, one thing that I do now that they always gets them is when we're flying out, even if I'm not, I'll just keep yelling first class and with my roller bag and just run down, keep running down like to get everybody to move. Right. And I just keep yelling first class, first class. And they just won't bow their heads in shame.
You ever get hit? Anybody ever get swung at?
He got kind of choked by an 8-year-old.
He got manhandled.
That was it.
I came close a few times.
Well, you know where I thought was going to happen when in the food thing,
buffet.
Yeah,
the big black guy, remember? And you were somebody was taking his food. I think
That was his wife.
Oh, the guy with the wife. That was,
Yeah.
I
angry.
Yeah, he
came up
The wife
with-
went and told him what happened, and he came out.
right.
to serve
And you
the
know you
pot.
can't blame the guy for getting mad.
No,
but it's
protecting
just
his-
it's really being really edgy, getting really there.
Well,
you know?
they didn't tell me that he was getting that pissed. Like I walked over to the guy after,
Oh.
right? So I thought he was like still being playful because they were all laughing. So the guys behind me giving me daggers of looks, and I was like, all right. And then he went and sat down. So I'm like, I'm gonna walk over there, and they didn't warn me that he was that mad. I didn't know he was that mad till we
right.
watched it on TV.
How about the guy who was going to kill the whole fucking neighborhood? He had leather on with no shirt.
I'm gonna kill you. Oh,
Cute guy,
charity,
yeah.
charity, yeah.
Charity guy. He's like, I'll
Oh
come
my
back.
God!
Kill all of you.
Guy was serious. He was wearing a leather coat, no shirt.
Yeah.
Yeah.
In
That's
the
kinda
middle
guy,
of
yeah.
summer, it was like 80
Who the fuck's going to kill a neighborhood?
He was like, "Come back, I'll kill everybody."
Yeah.
Kill everybody.
When someone says
Which-
that, even if they're just bullshitting,
punishment
you just
is-
don't really stick. You don't even.
Yeah.
You don't want to see if they're bullshit.
And he signed the release.
Yeah,
Yeah.
No, he didn't.
He gave a verbal release.
He gave a verbal release. He goes, I don't put my name on nothing. But he goes, you guys could use it, but I don't put my
Put a
fucking
name
name
on
on
it.
Oh, so
nothing.
that's legal.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and he goes, and if you make me look stupid, I'll fucking kill you. I was like,
He
all
goes,
right.
they know me. I'm back here every week. And they like knew who the guy
The
was. He was like,
punishment is so far greater than the crime.
I'll kill
The crime was
everybody.
if he donated $1 to charity. So what he said is that if we misuse his single US dollar, he's going to murder us
And
and,
the neighborhood.
everyone we know in the whole
That's very
neighborhood.
extreme.
It's a little bit.
He kind of put it out of proportion.
Love to see that guy skip.
Oh yeah,
See that guy skip.
it never happened.
How do you guys feel about skipping? When was the last time you guys skipped?
It's fun.
Yesterday.
It's always
Really?
fun.
God, I guess I'm alone.
Are you
skip
being
a lot.
serious?
I skipped yesterday.
Did you?
I did.
In what context?
As a joke, I skipped through the Hollywood and Highland with Bessie.
How'd you feel when you're skipping?
It's free.
Feels great.
This is what I'm saying.
Skipping is
Oh, so nobody argue with you. We all
The
agree.
The time before yesterday, I couldn't tell you.
Okay.
I skipped yesterday.
I'm telling you.
What, you don't skip? Did I miss
No,
this?
I
What you
do
guys talked about in the
skip.
first part?
I
You
do
skip.
skip.
and it's fun, right?
Yes.
You just
Yeah.
instantly are in a better mood.
I wasn't saying I don't. I wasn't coming down on skipping. I was doubting his
Skip.
his skipping.
Got it.
And we went through the feet issue.
Yeah, I mean, how does that happen?
Did you ever see someone furious and skipping?
Good point.
We should try that. See what happens. I mean, could you imagine somebody skipping and encouraging? Fuck you.
That was the
Could you
bit.
imagine that's the reason why Sal's feet are so flat because you skipped too much when you were younger?
That's funny because that was the bit that I was telling them I used to do. You made it. It's the same. Mine was, you want a piece of this? Yeah, you're skipping. What do you look? Hey. But you had the curse, I guess. You know, it's the only way you think things are funny. I don't go for that. So I was eating at this 85-year-old lady, right?
Not one curse.
Stop me if you heard this.
Not one curse.
Not one curse.
Not a single curse.
I remember one time following somebody in New York that was so dirty that I thought, how fucking dirty can you get? So I go, I'm blowing this kid by a construction site. Does this ever happen to you? I'm womping and chomping on his little cock, and I'm eating a tuna sandwich in the other hand. He comes just as the time the sandwich squirts on my face. I'm thinking, you ever get that? You can't differentiate mayonnaise and cum, or is it me? And the audience is fucking howling because they know I'm making fun of, even though it's still getting cheap laughs.
How's that work? Does that guy's got to have a good attitude about it, right? Or is
I
he
don't
like,
care.
fuck this?
I wouldn't care. But that whatever that situation was,
I often
sure
see
it was
that.
late at night.
I often see a comic get up and he'll reference the guy right before him and take like a poke at him or whatever.
But we have a lot of fun. See, one of the things we're very integrated. A lot of one of the things about the seeing changes is we have Muslim comedians now. We have Pakistani. We didn't have that when I started out. Mostly Jews. Mostly there were some black guys and very few Italians. The Jews were the backbone of it. The writers and then it all changed in the last 10 years.
We on this trip we got a chance to actually hang out at some comedy. What's this place called?
The Laugh Factory?
No, a comedy.
The Laugh Factory.
Comedy place. Club. Thank you.
All right.
At a comedy club. And I said that we finally got to see that part of the whole thing where everybody like collaborates and walks around and watches each other's sets and stuff. And we thought that was really cool. Sal and I were talking about it the other night, how you just get to see everybody like watch each other. And
Well, people think it's always this competition. Like I've
Yeah.
had people say to me, "I'm sorry, I just got to tell you, I think Robin Williams is funny too." Like as if I carry comedy. I go, well, I hope you think a lot of people are funny.
That's right. Yeah.
The fuck.
Yeah.
We always get who's your favorite comedian. Do you get that now? Now that you're
Yeah.
We get all the time.
yeah.
Yeah.
What are your influences? We get a lot.
Yeah.
Who was your influence?
Are you the father? We get that a lot. Oh, just me?
Maury is getting lower and lower. Have you seen it lately?
He's still on the air?
Yeah.
All it is now is that, right?
Yeah.
Like every
It's
show is
it's
just
that, but it's
it's
even
like 3 a week.
more brutal. Like it's stuff that's so disgusting, like incestual molestation. They're just getting as low as you can get.
During my my dozen years of unemployment, for a hot second,
You were
for,
producing.
for about 4 weeks, I worked as a producer at the Jenny Jones
Jenny
show
Jones.
in Chicago.
Oh wow.
And the job was literally they give you your leads, your hot sheets, right? And you have to call these people and start piecing together the story and get okay, who said what? Okay, what's their number? Can I call them? And start prying for information. And the people you're talking to are it's crazy. And what they would do at the Jenny Jones show is that in order to talk people into being on the show, they didn't pay the guests, right? What they did was they would fly them to Chicago to be on the show, put them up in like a 5-star hotel, and they would get them dental work.
Oh, right.
Dental work, and they could keep the clothes that the show bought for them.
Wow.
And those two things alone were enough to talk 95% of the guests to be on the show because none of them had ever been on a plane. They had never stayed in a hotel, like a proper hotel. They were looking forward to the new clothes and wouldn't mind getting their front tooth fixed.
One tooth. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's like they're
That was it.
poaching.
That was it.
That's crazy.
And the hotel the hotel would regularly get wrecked.
That's the first like reality.
Yeah,
That's like the
sure.
first reality TV, isn't it?
Well,
It's like
sure.
real people, right?
Do you remember the show on Animal Planet where you judged animal
Two.
tricks?
Oh, you judge animal tricks. I thought.
Remember that one?
No.
No.
Anyway, I was like one of the panel, and it was the guy from Seinfeld, Mr. Lane's boss,
Oh, yeah, Mr. Pitt?
Pitt.
No, not Mr. Pitt.
Jay Puffington or whatever.
Oh, you're talking about Jay Peterman.
Peterman.
Yeah.
And some hot chick singer. And we're judging these things, and stupid pet things, and some of them were clever, and pig trying to talk, and all this stupid. Anyway, I go in the back, and this woman's fucking sobbing, crying, and I go, "What's the matter?" She goes, "Fluffy lost, and I can't believe it." And I go, "Look, we're not really judges. I don't really know anything about animals. I didn't know who was going to come up next, whether a snake was going to come out of somebody's ass. I don't know." And they take it so fucking seriously.
Yeah.
Insane.
It was her life.
Yeah.
That's good. So did you offer dental work? Or was it
Yeah, we
just
would
like
say-
a lot of people were like, I
It
can't
was
go?
part of the package because
That's
the first question would be how much are you going to pay me, and we would say you don't get paid. You get a free flight to Chicago. We put you up in a great hotel.
That's
You get to keep
hilarious.
the clothes you get on the show, and we will help you out with dental work.
Oh,
if
did
need
you
it.
leave the dental work off? They're like, what else? You're like, how are your teeth?
Yeah, that's it. And that enough. And after a couple weeks, I was like, I can't.
Well,
I felt my soul, what little there was left of it, just draining.
No, you had a lot
Dental
of
work
stuff back
not
then.
more expensive than throwing them a couple $100?
No, they had they had literally the show had their own dentist.
Dentist thing,
That was his practice. He did nothing else. He saw no clients outside.
That is-
He was
that's
the
so
in-house
odd.
dentist.
Volume,
You'd
volume,
go
volume.
there and you just
Surprised the
every
hotel,
day.
too, kept letting them book there.
And it was a good hotel. What's the big one in Chicago?
The big hotel
The
in Chicago?
Ambassador East.
The Marriott.
Yeah, it was a Marriott. No, you know the famous one.
That's one of those
in the
fancy
Bibles.
It's in the Bible?
The front Bible that stamped the
St. James?
The Gideon?
St. James.
How did I get that?
St. James Bible.
What, the Gideon?
St. James, the St. James Hotel?
St. James.
All right. Jenny Jones.
Crazy,
Where's
right?
she?
What
She's on
happened there?
Maury.
Did she have some kind of scandal or something?
She did. She got sued. One of the guests
Committed suicide?
The friend came on the show and admitted they had a gay crush on their best friend, and the friend couldn't deal with it, and then ended up committing suicide.
Yeah.
And the family sued, and it was a whole big. And that was the end of the show.
Who killed themselves? The guy who had the crush, or the guy who
The
guy
best
who
friend
had-
rejected
Best friend.
him. The best friend rejected him, and I think the guy
really
who admitted
sexy, handsome
the
one.
crush
Really?
ended up
Yeah.
killing himself.
Oh,
The cute one.
shit.
The sassy one.
He was so embarrassed about being rejected on live TV.
Who was the better looking one? The one who killed himself or the guy?
Jenny Jones was.
No, the two guys.
I don't know.
But
I
the
don't
guy who
remember.
got rejected killed himself.
I believe. It was
Yeah,
the
yeah.
guy that
The guy
rejected.
he had the crush on was the hotter one.
Yeah.
Well, that kills.
It's always the less hot one that's going to kill himself.
Right.
Yeah,
Yeah, yeah.
It stands to reason. The hotter guy is not going to kill
I
himself.
wanted to tell you something here today,
Uh,
but I think
No.
given the lessons that we've just learned, it's,
careful. It's always the hotter one. Be careful.
if I just keep it down.
That show that
And
I
you'll find out after you tell him, but you may be the hotter one. See, you'll see.
Q, that show that I did last night, Kill Tony, the one I told you
Yeah.
about. Well, Todd Glass was on that, and Todd came out in one of the podcasts, I think Bill Burr's podcast. And I just think about coming out at that age in your 40s. Like, imagine it's not bad enough you're getting rejected by chicks, then you come out and you start getting rejected by dudes. How fucking sad would that be?
Because dudes are animals.
Yeah.
Like, it's horrible.
All they care about is looks.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Everybody knows that, right?
Gay guys have like the best life in the world, don't they?
They have a better
Hey,
life.
have you ever
getting
been
better.
fucked in the ass? It's not the best life.
But if that's what they're into, they
You're
get it
saying me-
immediately. It's
Yeah.
like, having the internet in your pocket.
Yeah.
You know, like when I want to look something up, I'm like, well, I don't have to go a
Yes.
minute without not knowing this. I
That's
can look
it.
it up.
Being
Right.
gay
If they
and
want
having a
something
cell phone-
inside them, they don't have to go a minute without it. if they
Well, I
want
don't
to.
know if you understand how it works, but they still like date and have to like people.
Sure.
No, I know that, of course, buddy. I'm talking about the guys that want to live that kind of lifestyle.
Right, they don't have to do that.
No, right, but you could live that lifestyle right now if you just would fuck anything.
You were saying the same thing.
Right. But it's
You're
not
saying that
exclusive
men
to
in nature are inherently programmed to hook up as opposed to commit.
And the
You
gay
understand?
guys that put themselves out there in that way, they link up right away.
Sure.
And it's like instant access. It's like, and so they fulfill their desires immediately.
Sure.
That's
Nobody
a pro.
gets a comedy podcast going like me. Continue.
I'm just saying,
Stop us if you heard this one, Dom.
I think they're just, they're just a fulfilled people.
Yeah. Okay.
A fulfilled.
Or filled people. A full.
Life's what you make of it, bud. You can have that lifestyle as a heterosexual man. You could.
Well, no, because I don't want that lifestyle.
Yeah.
You do.
So what's the story on Chantel? How long you been going out?
I've been dating her about 2 years. About a year, probably proper, I would say, right? Since
May I say you're very
Refer to me for when you started dating her proper.
I used to be a serial dater. I used to date a lot.
yeah.
I used to
But
date a lot.
you were a very unlikely looking couple. I mean, you're very conservative,
Why? Because he looks like an accountant and she's a.
and she's a.
well, I'm
hot-
not very
hot black
conservative.
woman.
I'm a
No,
dress
but-
with a
Yeah, no, but you
button down.
appear to be, maybe a college professor. Or,
Yeah.
You own a lot of slacks.
Yeah.
I have many slacks.
And she's
and
this
button
really
downs.
hot black chick.
She's a smoking
and-
hot chick.
and really had that body, and I was
got a body on
just
her.
picturing what you would do, you two. I really was. I was thinking, I wonder what if he dominates
Well,
her, she
usually-
dominates it.
I'll take you. I'll take you on a typical night out. A typical night out for Shan and I is she comes over. She gives me her receipts. I enter them into my Excel database.
In the hottest way ever.
Right. No, we have Dom. I'm actually extremely liberal. Wouldn't you say? I'm
Yeah, oh, yeah,
extremely
you are.
liberal. Don't let the tire fool you and the socks fool you. But yes, I'm extremely white. I'm very white.
Well, so
She
that's like
happens to
a-
be very black.
You want to see something funny? You should see them on a dance floor.
Yeah,
because she likes to dance. So when we go out and like,
She's a great dancer.
I can't
She's a
even.
super cool
Even
chick.
picturing you dancing makes me nauseous. I told you the crab walk was also one of the funniest things ever.
The one with the, what was the crowd?
Remember the
the
crab
mall.
walk in the mall?
Oh my God, that was
Oh my
funny.
God!
That was good. And then you did the dance. I always forget about this, and when I see clips about it, I know I'm about to talk about our own show, but I do forget.
You should talk about it. Then now's the time to talk about it.
All right, I'll talk about it. We shoot so much, Dom, that
Forget it now.
that I just forget shit, and I don't really weigh
Yeah.
like they're way more way. When I say way, I mean 100% more into editing than I am. So I basically weigh in if I see them disagreeing on notes on email. Then I'll look and be like, this is just what I think. Other than that, I don't. And I didn't watch most of the seasons that were on the air because I just can't stand watching myself. So when I do catch
Isn't that weird? I understand that.
I hate it.
Yeah.
I just it's there's something about how funny I think they are, and then how much I loathe myself as like a human that like, yeah, it's off. Like it's just like I just think they're great. And so I see bits of the show and I'm like, fuck, that is really funny. I'm so glad I'm on the show. I'm so proud that I'm associated with this. And one of those moments was when we had to dance. What the fuck was the goal?
In the park?
It was in
Get
Central
somebody to get
Park.
up and dance with you.
We had to get someone to get up and dance with you. And
Dancing for
Oh, I remember
strangers
that,
and
yeah.
trying-
oh my God! And every one of these guys had a different approach. Joe did this thing.
He
where,
dances like a stripper. He does.
this whore over here too, and it was like Joe did the great Joe. Like you would just like start where it came from. You were like he would just answer for directions, and you would like
yeah,
just
coming
doing
across
this
the front.
fucking
You know what?
weird thing going against the thing, and you went off. You knew to go off camera
and come back.
and then come back on camera and go on
funny
camera.
visual of
Oh,
him.
he's dying so hard, and they played that clip the other day, and I was like, that was really funny. You did this thing where it was like. He pretended he was an actor going for an audition.
Yeah.
And he was like, oh, how am I going to learn this dance? If only there was someone that would work these dance
I
moves.
remember there's a kickball chain. Then what's the next one?
So stupid.
The auditions tonight, and all the producers are going to be there. I was just talking loud enough with this couple that was sitting there. Only if someone would help me. I know there's a sachet. And
They wanted nothing
They
to do with
didn't
you.
give a shit if I got the part or not.
No, they did not. And then you just, what did you? You just went up to someone and just started.
He just came in hot, and he
Yeah.
forced it upon them.
Yeah.
They had no chance but to join.
And I think you said to them, "Do what feels natural."
Yes, do with this what you
You're
will.
not
Yeah,
allowed
do
to
it feels
ask, you know,
Yeah.
but I just said do what feels natural.
Natural.
Hopefully that's a little push.
But that thing you do with the snake body, whatever that.
Sal, yeah, I say that all the time. Sal moves like a sexy Jello. His body, it seems like he could turn it off and have no bones, and his body just is like a wave
very
of fun,
unusual.
and then boom, and he's back.
Are your feet flat?
Yeah.
My feet are the only thing that don't bend.
How long have you been able to dance like that?
He said it was the first time he did that, right?
No, it was the first time I did that move. Yeah.
Oh, that
Went on
move.
the spot.
This
Yeah.
is visual. Why don't you do the move?
Yeah. I'm
Do
on
it. Do it.
Do the move. Do the move. This cameras.
What?
Everybody's asking for it.
Yeah. No, but I mean, they're gonna see. I'm going down a path. It's gonna be open season for them to mock me, but I grew up like with rhythm.
Why would we mock that?
Well, because you always
We get it,
start
you're
saying, oh yeah,
Latino.
he's Mexican, he's this,
Yeah.
he's that, or whatever he says. 'cause
But why didn't you use that talent in the dance?
Yeah, why didn't you go? You should go on Dancing with the Stars.
I don't know. I've danced my whole life. I always
This is.
remember
Let me
dancing.
tell you something. This is on video. If there's ever a chance for you to instruct the country about how you do it, now's your chance.
Well, that's a silly dance, but I've always
No, it's not silly
I've
to me.
always
It's
been like
beautiful.
up dancing at a wedding or if I went out. Like some people will, they don't dance, but my family always danced. So
We're pretty split down the middle. He doesn't dance.
I
He
can't
doesn't
dance.
I dance. But I
No.
don't
You
dance
move
well.
on a dance floor.
Yeah.
You don't necessarily dance.
I hate dancing. I don't know where to start.
Yeah.
You know, people like they go to a spot or they start from the thing, and I hate being danced at because that's intimidating. You know.
Yeah,
Somebody
not
starts-
sure.
yeah.
I'm with you know what it is I get it. I love watching girls dance. I'm
Girls.
with it. I'm completely there. But to me, anytime that I get up to dance, within a minute, I'm like, what am I doing? Like I'd rather just be talking to
Yeah.
someone, like sitting down having a beer or something like that.
I've seen you dance maybe 4 times in my life.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like
it's just-
before the first time on the show, I had never seen you dance.
Do you-
He actually said that
That's
on the
right.
show. Remember?
Do
I
you
had
have-
never
So
seen
you dance was on this show.
Yeah.
You have a face that you make when you dance?
He's got a
Because
lot
it's
of
very
faces.
hard not to make a face
Yeah.
dancing.
yeah, I'm sure I do.
You have a
you
cool
know what? You know what?
face.
Because your mind's elsewhere. You're thinking you'd rather be talking. You're not
Feeling
feeling
it.
the
Yeah,
music.
absolutely, absolutely. I don't think there's a right way and a wrong way.
Is that
I'm
the
glad.
Spanish part of you or the Italian part?
I don't know. I don't
Yeah,
know. My
I-
dad dances. He's the
You know what it
100%
is? You
Italian one.
have hip control. I don't have independent control.
Yeah,
of
you
my
either
hips.
dance with your top of your body or your bottom of your body.
Yeah,
like you can't make them
it
work
doesn't-
together.
I
You're like a
can't-
stick figure.
Yeah.
I can't do it. And
My friend Hangman.
Chantel tries to teach me. She's like, James, just move your hips. I was like, they don't move like that. They don't move like yours move. She doesn't.
I don't know how to explain it.
But your grandmother, every time I saw your grandmother,
always dancing.
she was dancing. I bet you that was a huge part of it. She would always.
Are you born with that, or do you learn how to do it? Can I learn?
No, it's too
I
late
can't,
for you.
right?
It's too late for you.
You could probably
No,
learn.
you can't learn that.
If you
can't.
go to like a class or something, you could probably learn
You
ballroom,
learn the very
salsa.
rigid kind of.
But what he does, you can't do.
You can't learn how to.
No.
You can't learn the flow.
You're not going to show us?
I never really.
There's nothing to show you.
Do the double dutch. Do the double
fucking-
dutch.
Double Dash is supposed to be horrible.
So do it.
I did it on purpose. Like I know that I'm about to do a dance. I know it has to look
Well,
funny.
I get that because I dance for funny. I don't dance for real.
dance for
Right,
fun.
right.
But I'll always dance. But I'm not really a good dancer. But when you say I dance with commitment,
Yeah, that's exactly what he does. He commits to whatever movie
He
he
commits
does.
to everything.
Yeah, and so you look and you're like, that's horrible moves, but it's really good because he looks like he wants to do those moves.
Right.
And then you're like, oh, he can dance. That's his own style.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
I've never seen anyone dance like you in my entire life. The moves that you do, I've never seen done, and they're bad.
I know.
But you do them, and then you think, oh, he's a good dancer because he's really original.
Look at that.
But
The best
bad.
part about watching Joe dance is that he hardcore commits for like a minute, right? 60 seconds, maybe even 90 seconds of the funniest, most committed dance moves you ever see. And then by the end, he's drenched
wet.
in
It's
sweat
exercise.
and goes to the side away from
Takes
the
a
crowd
breath.
and has a full-blown heart attack, right?
That comes back about 2 minutes later and hits it again.
He goes to the bathroom, takes his shirt off.
I dance with collateral damage. I like to. This is just the
You're
whole dance
sweating right now. Look at my, it's like moist.
because I'm hot.
It's always moist. You're always moist.
Happens.
You
You're
were
always
the
an
last-
asshole.
I-
So, I mean,
happened
what do you
today?
want to say?
What happened between you two today?
Something.
You woke up on the wrong foot.
You guys.
You broke up on the wrong foot?
What the fuck is going on
woke
with
up
you
on the
two
wrong foot
today?
She likes making fun of people.
I'm just pointing out the fact. I'm not saying anything.
That-
Me being an
that-
asshole is your
hey,
opinion.
that bus tour is
Me
going to be
pointing out
fun,
you're
huh?
sweating is
Can't wait. We're gonna have to rent a trailer.
It was getting tense. I was going to get up and start dancing.
Come on,
good
Sal.
fun. It's all in good fun, Tom.
No,
Best
it's
friends.
terrible. I can't make somebody dance without music.
Yeah.
That's the worst.
Plus, it's not going to land. I'm going to do it. You're going to be in silence.
No, we're going to laugh. I promise you we're going to laugh.
You start laughing now.
You're gonna dance to the left.
Keep it going. Keep it going.
No, I'm not. I'm laughing.
We're not gonna-
Tom's having a great time.
I went from fake laugh to real laugh. I swear to God.
0 to
Whoa,
60.
I never had a man move like that so close to me.
I told you, sexy Jello, my man.
It's fucking
Jello.
unbelievable. Nobody else could do that. There's nobody in the world that could do that move.
Oh, you know what's great? Getting videos from kids and like, people doing it.
Oh, yeah?
Because they send us the videos.
Right,
you know?
right.
Like if this is the coolest thing. Like I was home one night, and I was just like just hanging out at home bored, and I was like, just tweeted, "Hey, send me pictures of you guys doing the." It's called the double dutch, you know. And I got like just tons of pictures of kids, family, everyone just hanging out. They just start sending me it. It's so cool. That's one of the
Crazy.
coolest parts.
It is crazy to think that like the slightest thing you do on the show affects people.
Oh, yeah.
It blows me away.
I
you
get
know?
Larry yelled at me all the time.
Larry,
yeah, of course.
So many.
I was just
so
going
many
to say
little
that.
things.
That's very infectious.
You're gonna go to the grave with that one,
Yeah.
Larry.
Where is he?
So I love the look on people's faces when they don't know, when you stand in front of them in line, they don't know what to do. That moment of, is this guy being rude, or am I supposed to
We
know?
love the confusion. Our show. That's our favorite part of the show. Is
Yeah.
when people are just confused by what's happening. That's what we try to get. I think.
Confusion's what we're always.
It's always funny for me.
It's amazing what they'll sit through with the cream. The sun,
yeah.
just keep fucking globbing it on, and
I love when people try to rationalize their confusion and make sense of what's
What's going on
happening.
in front of
Like the
them,
guy in Sudden Death Debate, we're behind the counter at a deli, and the guy, we had to compare stories of how we lost our virginity.
he was the best.
And
Darius.
The best.
Darius. And he has to judge whose story is better, like who lost their virginity in a more embarrassing way. And Sal said that he'd been married for 8 years before he lost his virginity. You know, he's like, "Wait, you were married and you didn't?" And then I told him that I was at the Bellagio in Vegas, and I got sucked into the pool filter, and because of the suction, biologically, that's how I lost my virginity. And he was confused by my story and called me out and thought through and said, "You didn't have the vagina, my friend. You didn't technically lose your virginity." Like, I love it. He thought through the insanity and made sense of it.
He was my favorite
One of those
Mark
guys ever.
we've had on the show.
Yeah.
Yeah, he was good.
And the best part is when it happens is when they surprise us, obviously.
Yeah.
Like when someone's game for it
Yeah.
or just doesn't, or gives a reaction that we would never see coming.
Like the girl that kissed one of you one time.
She kissed him, yeah.
Kiss me, yeah.
She kissed you.
Dead now.
She's dead.
She
How about
started
that
sucking
one?
Alf's dick in the back alleys, and then she killed
I
herself.
think you were at Columbus Circle, I think, and there was a muscle guy.
Yeah.
Yep.
Is that you?
Yeah. That's
Oh
right.
man, I thought he was gonna fucking hit you.
That was
I didn't think
probably
you
the
were- I
most
didn't think you were
nervous.
gonna do it. I didn't
That was
think
the
you
most
were gonna-
nervous I had ever been. He was ready to
Oh yeah.
pop.
Third part is your eyes were closed too, so you wouldn't even see the coming. You could have
He did say, "Get away from me, or I'm going to
Yeah,
punch
he
you."
pushed me.
Yeah.
Pushed me.
gave you the heads up.
Well, then he was like, "What are you doing?" Like he gave you the opportunity. He was like, "What are you
I
doing?"
really think if you told the chicken finger guy that you threw the chicken, you would have got punched.
He would have. He would.
I really
reacted.
do. Sal threw a chicken finger at a guy on a boardwalk in Jersey Shore. He's walking
Where'd
by.
he hit him?
No, he just missed him, and it
Oh.
hit the back. The guy flips out, comes in, he's like, "Who threw the fucking chicken?" He's like this Jersey guy, right? And he's like, "I want to know who threw the fucking chicken." And Sal is like, I'll find the guy. I'll look for him." So we said to Sal, "Sal, tell me who threw the chicken." And Sal's like, "No fucking way. I'm not telling him."
No, but okay, so the guy, so they say throw a chicken finger at the guy. He said it, and I said, I think that's probably the wrong move because you don't want to, because there's a difference. There's a very fine line, and we always try to walk it. But if you go over it, it could be mean. Thank you. But I'm
Yeah,
like, all right,
yeah.
I won't hit him. I'll just throw it in his direction. Maybe he'll be like, "What the hell's going on?"
Never would imagine.
But I didn't realize that. I really got a good toss.
Yeah.
And it whizzed by him like just an inch from his freaking
Right.
head, and it hit the wall that was right here, and then exploded, and like chicken shrapnel came down on him. And
You can understand why he'd be pissed.
yeah.
He went
so he
ballistic.
looked around.
First, he thought a bird shit on him.
Yeah. And then he noticed there's like a chicken store right here.
Then he looked down and saw the chicken.
Yeah. And he was like, yeah. And he walks in. He's like, someone just throw fucking chicken at me.
And Sal had ducked beneath the counter.
He ducked down because
Because he was coming. The guy was charging in. Look.
Get up.
I'm like, hey, what happened? And he's like, someone just threw a piece of fucking chicken. I am not going anywhere. He starts yelling at the whole restaurant. Now.
Oh man.
I'm not going. Call the cops. Call the cops. Because you're not dragging me out of here. I'm not going anywhere until I know who threw the fucking chicken at me. And I'm going like this. I'm sorry. Do you want chicken? You want me to get you an order of chicken? And he's like, no, someone threw a fucking. I said, all right, I'll find him. What do he look like? He goes, I don't know. I just sort of. So I'm like, I'm just playing it like cool because. Not only like I don't want him to hit me. I'm not gonna fight the guy. I wouldn't fight a guy. That's insane. And so I don't want him to hit me. I want it to be on the show.
Yeah.
I don't want him to get the location upset at us and kick us out. There's like so much shit going on in my head. Now he's calling the cops. That stops us down. It delays us. So I'm just trying to placate the guy. And he waited till the cops came.
Yeah.
And
They came.
yeah.
Oh, yeah,
Wow.
He started. We got the cops called on us like 4 or 5 times, and he started saying, not that day, just over the time.
Yeah.
And he started saying like, I have,
PTSD.
yeah.
Iraqi war vet. Was that it?
Well, we don't want to make it sound mean now. We don't make it sound mean.
No.
He was laughing at the end of it.
Well, he
But
saw
he
it.
was
He was
like,
on. He was
Oh,
on.
he-
He liked it by the end when we
Yeah,
Is that
he's
that
on.
episode been on already?
Yeah.
yeah.
Oh.
But he was like, fuck, I'm having flashbacks with this chicken. And we were like, oh, shit.
Wow.
We didn't know at the time, but he had chicken fingers thrown at him in Iraq.
Yeah, right.
So it brought back a very painful.
Now,
my
what about?
favorite cop-
We got to wrap pretty soon. But what about the one when the yogurt place?
Yep.
And you kept. Who was eating that? And kept eating it to see if it weighed less.
Me and I got kicked out. Yeah, the kid wouldn't do it.
I can't believe how fucking.
Douchebag.
But how much they tolerated.
Oh,
it.
yeah,
away
they
with,
did.
yeah.
You eating it.
He
it
did
was,
get away with
He
so
eventually threw me out though, because I was trying to get the money down.
My
Well,
favorite.
he should have thrown you out.
He should have. You're right.
My favorite moment that the cops have been called on us. It hasn't been on television, and probably never will be. But it's. I love this moment. We were working at at the checkout counter at a grocery store, and Sal's behind the counter, and this woman comes up. She's paying for her items, and she hands Sal her credit card. So we say to Sal in the back, we're like, Sal, take out your cell phone, and take a picture of her credit card before you swipe it. Take a picture, but don't acknowledge it. Put the phone back in your pocket. So he does. Takes her card, takes a picture, puts his phone in his pocket, and swipes. And she lost her
out.
mind.
Flipped out.
She had an out of body experience, right? She's like, "What? what did you just do?
Yeah.
And Sal's like, oh, we keep it on file in case you ever lose your card. We still have it. And she went ballistic,
Yeah.
went nuts, screaming,
Cops came,
called
got them.
911.
Shut down production for like
Called
45
911.
minutes.
Wow.
Cops arrived, shut down the whole TV show for an hour.
I said, look, I'll erase it right in front of you. I erased it. She's like, I still don't care. Like, we're getting the cops, you're getting arrested. I'm like, well, actually, we're filming a show. I'm a comedian. I meant nothing by it. It's a and she still didn't care. She wanted me to go to jail.
Yeah.
Who would have thought it's that easy?
I'm guessing she didn't sign a release.
She did not. She did not.
She threatened to sue us.
As
Everything.
often happens with us, the cops came. They were fans of the show.
Were they?
It's
Yeah.
really weird.
that's
like
great.
every time it happens, Dom, they like the cops. God bless them. They turn on the person who called them. They're like, they're the jokers. The fuck's wrong with you? Come on.
Have a sense of humor.
Well, guys, thanks a million. I can tell you how much I appreciate you being on the show.
Thanks for having us.
I would love. I'd love to talk more. You guys got to go. I know you got a lot of stuff in Hollywood that's much bigger than me, but that's cool. Thanks.
Thanks,
Thank
Dom.
you, Dom.
Watch
Thank you.
Impractical
We'd love to do
Jokers on True TV Thursday night, Tuesday.
Thursday nights,
I watch. I got it.
Oh, new time, 9:30.
9:30.
9:30, and I will be in Sydney, Australia, and Perth, Australia, in the next couple of weeks. This comes on in a month. Thank you.